Uh, I'm a little bit sick, so my voice is a little bit different than usual. Sorry about that. I was all over the place today. I took like 12 trades because there were setups all over the place. Um, I think seven of them were profitable. I'm going to do my best to show you everything I did, but it's a little confusing because I was all over the place. So, right out of the gate, the pre market activity was bearish. So, I took one put contract on the Qs right on the open. And of course, that was wrong. And I don't know when I took it off exactly, but in this area, obviously, I had a loss. Very shortly thereafter, I got into two trades. All these trades basically overlapped with each other. So I got into Palantir in this range, scaled in there, and I also took a position in ServiceNow. Both of them were very bullish out of the gate. ServiceNow never really ended up getting anywhere. I should have taken more off here on this rally, but I was expecting more, and then the thing just went sideways. I actually think eventually this thing could probably go higher, but it's already gone up 1.05 ATR. So it's already gone up a significant amount. So you never know. Maybe it stalls out. Maybe it collapses. But I ended up taking a loss eventually on ServiceNow. Took a little while, but and then on Palantir, of course, I had a good trade on Palantir because I was scaling into this strength. Can't remember if I got this. Yeah, actually, I got part of this as well. I think I might have gotten out right close to this top here, somewhere in that range. Then I got into Microsoft, which, if I remember correctly, that one ended up being a loss. Again, I can't remember. So this, look at all this chop. So I don't remember when I got into this or when I got out. I'll show you all my executions. But this was the next trade that I took. I went back into the Qs, and this second trade on the Qs also ended up being a loser. It was probably in this range here. I don't remember. I'll show you those executions. Later on, I had a really good trade on the Qs. I got in here and rode this wave up. So I ended up getting close to break even, I think, on the Qs. Again, I'll show you the PNL in just a second. But I did take, so the first loss was right out of the gate, and I took another loss, which was more significant in this range here. Then what else did I get into? There was so much. I got into Amazon. I had a good trade on Amazon. Oh, look at that. It's collapsing. So I got in this area here, or actually, I think I might have gotten in right in this range. Again, I don't remember exactly, but I scaled out into this and had a nice trade on Amazon. I also was taking positions, very small position size, because I've had a rough week. I'm not feeling well as well. I didn't sleep well, so I've been taking smaller position sizes. But I did take calls that were more out of the money than I usually do, not significantly, but a little bit more. And boy, they do move when you take calls or puts that are a little bit out of the money. Like I had multiple trades that were up like 200%. So pretty significant movement on those. I got into Meta, had a good trade on Meta. Let me see what that. Yes, so look at this. This was a nice. I got in right here, right above the closing range from yesterday. Just took a tiny bit of heat in through here, and then it just took off. And I was scaling out throughout all of this. I didn't get this last move, but I scaled out right into this. I was worried that it was going to make a marginal new high. So in other words, just crest above this high and then collapse, which I mean it basically did, although it went a little bit further. So, but I took most of my position off. The last ones came off in this range right here. I took some short trades on AMD and also on Intel in this range. So, and I made just a tiny bit of money, not much. I when this big candle came, that scared me out, and I got out of the trade. But as it turns out, it went lower, so I could have had a better trade, but I got out. Didn't trust. I didn't trust the trend. So the same thing happened on Intel. On Intel, I think I took a loss. Again, I'll show you the P&L in just a second. Intel, I took the short. Yeah. So I took the short in this range here, and it came down, and it just immediately came back up. And I got out of the trade for a loss there. Then I got into Tesla. I had an amazing trade on Tesla, really good trade. When did I get in? I got in right here as it was testing previous day high. This green line is previous day high. So I think I got in on this green candle right here. And of course, this thing just took off. This was one of the trades where I was up like 250% from the actual calls that I picked up. They were up huge. I had a nice trade on NVIDIA, which took quite a while to play out. I got into NVIDIA on this green candle right here, but then it had this long consolidation. It was fighting with a previous day high. It took a long time, and it was above it, below it, and then finally it took off up through here. Uh, I can't remember if it was how big of a trade it was, but I'll show you the P&L. So the trades, all my fills, I'll show you those. It's ridiculous. There's so much of it. And then I also took a short on Google, which was down through here. I made money on this trade, but then it turned around, so I didn't. And it was a very small position, and sure enough, it did come back up. So let's take a look at the P&L. Total P&L for the day 2013. I made, let's see, 885 on Palantir, 802 on Meta, 762 on Tesla, 457 on NVIDIA, $100 on Google, 77. All the pluses and minuses. I had 2 losing trades on Google and 1 winner. And if you put all those together, the total P&L was 77. Let's just take a look at that here. So on the put at the beginning of the day, I lost $26. On the first position on the Qs, I lost $343. And then the long trade near the end of the day or the end of my trading session, I made 446. So that's what nets out to uh, plus 77. And then here are the ones I lost on. I lost on AMD. That's right. Look at that. I thought I made a little bit of money, but I lost. I lost money on Amazon. I lost money on Microsoft at the end of the day, Intel, and also ServiceNow. So if you take all the pluses and minuses, I was up 2,000. Um, I don't know if I did it right. I could always do things better, but today there was setups all over the place, and so I was just taking trades. It was a little bit ridiculous. Like, look at all these. So this is the Qs here, and then here I'm getting into Palantir, and now Microsoft got into the Qs again. You can see everything here. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but scaling out, adding more, scaling out. And then near the end was when I was just taking things off at the very end. And this last one right here is getting out of now when I took a loss on ServiceNow. But the rest of these, overall, it was fine. It was fun, actually. There was a lot of trades going on. So if you have any interest in my approach to trading, if you want to learn more about my approach to trading, visit my channel and watch the videos that have a yellow dot on the thumbnail. I'm not going to put a yellow dot on this one because it was just kind of a chaotic day. But I do appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.